This is Sarju Shah here at GDC 2010, and I'm here with Steve Perlman from OnLive. He's the CEO. And these guys just had a gigantic announcement yesterday. Steve?
Yeah, well, it's pretty exciting. We announced that OnLive is going to be available for the public on June 17th. We also announced that the OnLive game service will be available with no service fee for the first 25,000 people to sign up. We announced that we'll be having a month-to-month service fee of $14.95 a month, and then the games will be for sale or for rental on an a la carte basis. You have a full community, you have brag clips, you can spectate other people, you can have cloud-based saving where we save the game and then you can resume another time. Through the OnLive game portal, you don't have any service fee. And you just play individual games for rental if you want, and you can do games for demo for free. If all you want to do is check out the service or just check out one game, then great, you just pay for a rental of that game. Or suppose you just want a demo game, just do a demo, and that's it.
You've made the cost of entry pretty much zero at that point with the portal.
The cost of entry is zero with the portal, yes. But bear in mind, it's on a per game basis. And, people want their gamer tags, they want their leaderboards and things like that. And for that, we have more of a community service. If you don't want all that stuff, if you just want to try a game out, then fine. So here's a zero cost entry way to give it a go. See if you like it. And you can have the very low NPC rent a really high-end game or demo a really high-end game and off you go.
If I were to look at an OnLive version of a game versus maybe a PC version of a game, and I put them side to side, how different would they look if I had the same settings, like the same resolution?
Well, it depends on the PC. When I play that game on my laptop through OnLive, it runs at 60 frames per second and off you go. It's immediately snappy, it plays, and you can have all the features and so forth. It looks great.
The round trip ping was 80 milliseconds?
That's the worst case that we'll allow. If it's higher than that, then what we'll do is we'll put up a warning saying that you're too far away. Chances are we probably won't allow you to connect because it means that there's something going on with your network. Because if you're within the 48 United States and you have a pretty much any DSL cable modem or fiber connection, you should be all right. I mean, if you're trying to run it off of the cellular network or something like that, yes, you will introduce too high latency, and we'll let you know. A more typical experience, like if you're running on, DSL or cable modem, and you're a few hundred miles from our data center, you're probably going to see latency on the order of about 35 milliseconds. Now, if you're worst case last mile, which would be on the order of 25 milliseconds, is about the worst case we see with last mile latency. And you're also 1,000 miles away, which is about another 21 milliseconds. And then you add all the other delays in the process. That's where you get to 80 milliseconds.
And what video resolution would we get out of a TV then?
So OnLive this year will go up to 720p 60, which is 1280 by 720, 60 frames a second. The limitation there is not the limitation in the OnLive system or the compression technology. It's really a practical limitation. We can achieve that with a 5 megabit connection, and that's about 25% of US homes right now. There's just not enough penetration right now of connections that are, say, on the order of, say, 8 megabits, which is where we'd like to be, or 7 megabits if we want to be at 1080p 60. We think that in 2011, we'll now have enough penetration at that rate, and then we'll phase in 1080p 60. The key thing about OnLive, I think that I really want people to understand, is that this is the beginning of a universe of new opportunities and new applications. And I mean, for consumers, it's just awesome. The kind of flexibility you have and all the different things you can do. For developers, it's just nirvana because it allows them to really exercise their full range of their creativity.
Some of our readers are concerned about basically being able to buy a game and then not knowing whether you're going to be around. And then if you guys happen to disappear, if that happened, what would happen to the game? Like they spent $60.
Well, I think for a user like that, they may want to rent a game. Then they're fine. And we'll have lots of ways for them to have access to these games, and again, lots of different access plans and so forth. The message we really, really want to get across to people is that, one, we're going to make the hardware evaporate, okay? We're just going to distill hardware out of the equation. You can get at the games any way you want to. Two, we're going to give you lots of different ways to purchase it. We don't expect to be everything to everyone. What we want to do is go and kind of take the gaming experience to the next step. And we want to convert games from being a type of application software with all sorts of constraints about how you can get that game to run to becoming pure media, just like movies or music. And your expectation with pure media today in the online world is that it plays instantly and everything I've got is compatible with it. So that's what we're going to deliver with OnLive.
And what devices will eventually be all functional on the service?
So the things we've announced is the PC and the Mac, and that's what will be available first. And then what we're going to do is gradually introduce the micro console for the TV. Then what you're going to see is us expand to other devices. You know, we've shown technology demos we're running on an iPhone. So we'll be on different types of smartphone devices. And what you'll have on the smartphone is a lot of different experiences. For one thing, the community. Just getting access to your stats and information, be able to chat with people and stuff like that, great. But in addition to that, you'll have gaming. And then we'll also work with tablets, all these new cool tablets that are coming out on a lot of different platforms, right? We'll be working built into TVs, we'll be working built into certain set-top boxes, we'll be working built into other types of devices.
Well, this is Sarju Shah here with Steve Perlman at OnLive's, satellite office.
OnLive San Francisco office. And we also, of course, do other things here as well.
And I guess that's it for us here at GDC 2010. Thank you.